We've got 2 more to go, and this one is Riviera. I call her Rivia. This is our yellow collar female. She's a black Parti. It looks like she's staying pretty dark, so I'm guessing that she's black. She could end up blue, but she's dark all the way to the skin, so I'm thinking she's going to be a black Parti, which is funny. A lot of our yellow collars have been black Partis. Funny, 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 funny. I know you probably don't think that's funny, but I think it's funny. Okay, so we got her in the water. Do we need to get closer? Let's see. Here we go. How's that? She's drinking the water. They all seem to want to taste the water and see if it's okay. You want to see this water? It's okay too. It's just water. Put on some soap on the head. Is that cold? Yeah, it's cold, huh? Good girl. Like, what is going on here exactly? What are we doing? What is this? What kind of a conspiracy do we got headed out here? Huh? Oh boy. Oh, scratchy, scratchy. No. No. Scratchy, 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 scratchy. Oh, yeah. Scratchy, 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 scratchy. Good job, girly. Good job. Got poop on her butt as well. As usual. Doing the shave is going to help that a lot because it won't be no hair. Okay. Good job, girly. Let's get a little more soap on your head. I don't think we got it very good. Yeah, we do. There's some studs. Good job. You get your legs. You get your legs. Your chest. Well, she's about medium size for a girl. I would say she's going to get to be about 50 pounds, 45 to 50, if I were guessing, which is what it all is. What a good girl. She's really easy. She's probably going to end up being who I would pick if I was picking one, which I'm not picking one that I know of, unless she's like got a spectacular gait or something like that. She does have a really nice angulation in the back. She's got a little longer body, I think, than I would pick. And that would be one thing that I don't want, because if anything, I'm going to shorten up my bodies a little bit. So, yeah, of course, Pierce wouldn't be her, because of Pierce being her dad, he wouldn't be our male for her. So we'd have to find a male that, you know, had a real short body and that kind of thing. So I'd rather just stay with if I have a choice, which I do right at this point, not to take one, rather than take one that's not exactly what I need for my program. So I'll see what she looks like in her pictures, but just looking at her right here, and I could be wrong because I'm at a wrong angle. So it's easier to see though when they're wet too, because they don't have all that fluff. Okay, she did amazing. She's very quiet. She's a very quiet dog. She can have her times of crying and wanting attention. That's usually when she wants me to come to pick her up. But she's super smart. She always figures things out very quickly. And when I went to pick her out, she's been waiting for her turn, because when I went to pick her out, I said her name and she popped up out of the group and came over to the door. So she already knows that it was her turn and that her name is Rivia. So that tells me that she's extremely smart. And I like that about her too. I just really like smart dogs. And some people, you know, if they're not real good trainers or something, they really might not want a smarter dog. They might want one that's just maybe, and I'm not calling them dumb or anything, but one that maybe just doesn't think so much. She's not one of those. She's a thinker. And so if you want, some dogs are so smart that they outsmart the people. And so if you're not a trainer and you have a smart dog, or if you're not a disciplinary and you have a smart dog, that can be a problem. But for somebody who loves training, loves working with their dogs, that kind of thing, Rivia is going to be that kind of dog. And she's very willing. She's active, but not too active. She's very well-rounded all the way around. A little independent, and I like that as well. She's not as needy and as lap-driven, although I do believe she'll be one that sits in people's laps. Loosen this a little bit, and this is our yellow collar female black Parti Rivia. Let's go get her dried. Look at this baby. She's scared, but she's doing really good. And she was difficult, yes, but she did really good. I mean, she still just trooped through it. She didn't say much. She started out crying and then ended up quiet. So that tells me that she's learning and that she was getting used to it. She's got an amazing coat. My goodness, it's really plush. Look at the little gorilla head. She's got a nice top knot. Yeah, she's got lots of hawk hair. She's a girly. She's got really good angulation. She's actually got a really nice body. She would definitely be, I think definitely be my pick for this litter. I haven't watched her move yet, but as far as personality and what I like in a dog, she's what I like. Yeah, she's what I like. I like to train, so, oh, is you gonna get some love? Okay. All right, we're gonna do your nails. We'll see how she does with her nails. No crying. No crying. I don't really like the crybabies personally, but in my experience with my puppies, the ones that have been the crybabies that I thought were gonna be really, really difficult in life, ended up being really good dogs and not crybabies at all. So one of them does therapy. One of them just never cries at all. Since as a trainer for the last 40 years, I wasn't training puppies this young. I don't have a lot of experience of what they start out with. I usually got them, unfortunately, I would usually get them when they were 6 months or older, when people couldn't control them. And then it would be my job to help control them. This is not when you train a puppy. You train a puppy right now, right when you get them home. 8 weeks old, 10 weeks old. Mine don't go home until they're 9 to 10 weeks old because I like them to be trained. But I partially trained. They're not trained, but you know, they're started really good. So when you get them home, you need to continue training. And that means, really, it's so simple. If you spend 20 minutes with your dog a day doing some kind of training, that's usually enough to get them really doing well. Good job, baby. Good job. If you did, like this bath, I think these videos are taking about 28 minutes from beginning to end. And so 28 minutes to do, now they're not going to take that long when you get older. When they get older, their grooms are going to be much more extensive. You're going to be doing ears. They already have a fair amount of hair in their ears. That'll need to be trimmed out, and their pads, and their, you know, it'll be more extensive for sure. But 28 minutes just doing something that socializes them is really huge. Like teaching off training or leave it training. Leave it training will take you very far in your training, because it will teach your dog that when you say leave it, it means anything. Like, are you gonna lay down? She says, I'm very nervous. You're making me scared. Don't touch it. So leave it training means leave it alone. Stop focusing on it. This one's got little bubblegum toes too. Nope, don't do that. And leave it training takes seconds a day, literally seconds a day. If you watch some of my leave it videos, I could always put one up there at the end of this video so that you can check out the leave it command. Let's see, who am I? I'm doing Rivia. I'll try and remember to put it at the end of this Rivia's video. And you can follow that to my Leave It training, and you can see me teaching my 9-week-old or 10-week-old, somewhere around there, puppies how to leave it. And then if you did a little bit of that every day, it's okay, baby. I'll tell you, if you have Leave It training down, it she's grabbing me around the hand. Oh, it's okay. Don't be scared. It's okay. She's willing. She's just very scared. She's scared. It's okay. He's shaking like a leaf. You're willing though, huh? She says, I want to do what you want me to, but I'm scared. No. That will hurt. No. So, Rivia's doing really good. And I always, of course, love the black parties. When I go to, especially if they're dark black party, they're so pretty. Whenever I go to shows and I see a black party, I always love them. And my color is silver. That's what I started breeding for, was silver parties, but I truly love the blacks too. But still, my favorite's still silver. And I love the sables. I love the silver sables. They've gained in popularity. I get more requests for silver sables probably than any other color. When they see rose in pictures, they go, oh, I want one that's that color. And then I show them one that starts out this color and ends up that color, and they go, oh my gosh, really? I think I'm lying to them, but I'm not. They really do start out dark. Not this dark, usually. But they start out dark and end up like Rose's color. I wouldn't lie. Some of them will not get that light. Hey, where are you going? Oh, come back. But most of them start out kind of a caramely, brown and black mixed, or brown and gray, you know, brown and something in the dark tone, and then end up fading way out. And their ears usually, a sable will usually keep its ear tips dark, but not always. So they're really unpredictable. But I love my sables. And I really love all of them. I really wanted to start a red party that had the red, really nice reds. Oh, sorry, babe. I'm sorry. Did that hurt? No, did not hurt. There's nothing there. You're scaring me. I'm not hurting you. There's nothing there. Yeah, there's nothing there. It's poking you, but that's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt. Anyways, I started to do a red program as well, because I really love the red parties. But to be honest, they just don't have the quality, and I can't get a good quality red. My red boy that I bought, he didn't pass his hips, and so even if they get fair, I'm not going to breed them. I just decided I don't want to do that, and I know a lot of people do, and I'm not judging that. If you breed a fair to a excellent hip, then you're probably going to get better hips. But I am trying really hard to improve everything. And if I go backwards, and sometimes you do have to go backwards in your program to go forward. You know, if you're a breeder and you're trying to learn right now from what I'm doing, don't take that as gold. Sometimes you do have to go backwards, but your desire should be, and your goal should be, trying to move forward as much as possible whenever you can. And so, since there are so many good dogs out there that don't have any genetic glitches or anything, then I would rather pick from them when I'm breeding rather than, because there's already things that we're not going to be able to see. Even with the testing that we do, even with all the testing that we do, there's still genetic glitches that we cannot see. There are still going to be diseases and things that we can't test for yet, that we don't know enough about. And so, when you find out that one of your dogs has something that is a strike against it, what I consider a strike, it's better if you just try not to breed them if you can keep from it, you know. If you're a good breeder and you're trying really hard and that's the only choice you've got, then sometimes you have to do that, and you might take some flack for that. That's okay. As long as you are being honest with yourself and you're being honest with people, and you're trying to do the best thing to preserve your breed, then I'm supporting of that. I feel like sometimes we will throw the baby out with the bathwater, per se, when we do need, you know, we need to start somewhere, and you need to have something. And not all people have thousands of dollars that they can spend on a program. But, so for the money that you've got, that you can spend, and if this has been your lifelong dream, and it's not just something that makes money, because guaranteed you're not going to make money unless you're unless you're shortcutting. So if you are shortcutting, this is just for all the breeders out there. If you're shortcutting by not testing, then you are doing your breed a disservice, and you should not be breeding. If you're not going to test, and you're not going to, if you're going to breed whatever you got just because they're a beautiful color, or they oh, they're just so sweet, I need to pass on their disposition. Well, there is a lot more to a dog than disposition, okay? And if you don't believe that, then just watch my videos for a while and see that there's so much more that goes into a dog being well-rounded and being loved forever than their color. You know, as a matter of fact, color has very little to do with it in the long run. So you did excellent for your face. So I'm not trying to be on a high horse or be preachy about this, but if you are a breeder and you're trying really hard to do all the right things, and you sometimes have to use a fair-hipped dog, or I'm not saying use one that's got, you know, a obvious, really negative flaw, but something that maybe is a little borderline, just do that with the intention of getting out of that as fast as possible and only using it until you can improve with the next litter. And don't be dishonest with your buyers about that. Make sure that they know everything, and that all of your testing and everything is wide open, and you're completely honest, aren't you sweet, about everything about your puppies. There is an owner for every puppy. I don't care what they are. If I just tell everybody what this puppy is like, there's going to be a person who says, that's my puppy. And I have proven that over and over. I've had people call me out of the blue and say, that dog is my dog, and I love it already. And I'll say, oh, I don't know. I've been telling everybody it's a very difficult dog and it needs a very strong hand. And they will say, yep, I know, that's my dog. And so in saying that, that's why I'm saying don't be dishonest and try to just for the sake of sales, because I really could not care less if I keep these puppies. As a matter of fact, the longer I get them, the more valuable they are, because I train them. So if you're not going to train puppies, or you're just going to pop them out and send them home to people, you are not doing any service to breeding. Those are the breeds, those are the puppies that end up in a puppy mill because you have not taken the precautions and the care and the time that it takes to be a good breeder. And a good breeder thinks about the puppy and the parents of the puppy, the future of the puppy first and foremost. So there is my lecture for you for the day. This is my sweet girl, Riviera, yellow collar, female. One more to go.